Um, is this thing on? Oh, I guess it's okay. Um, hey, um, I don't want to say this because this is gonna be cringe as hell, but since I won't be alive when you hear this, I, I think I've got nothing to lose. Mm. But if if you're listening to this, that it means that um, God, it's so hard when you know you won't live long enough to speak about this to your friend. Um, oh God, I'm trying to hold it as long as I can. So, so you won't have to hear me sniffing my snots, alright? But hey, again, sorry, I'm not really good at making messages. I don't want to do it too formally, but since I'm not gonna stop cringing at myself, and this message won't be finished in the first place. But, yeah. You remember what the doctor said about, the possibilities, about the 99 against 1%? I guess I'm not that lucky. At least, lucky enough to take the 1%. Doctors said that if I were to not take the chance, I would die in less than 6 months or so. And by doing the surgery, I could either die later, 2 years, or I could die sooner than 6 months. I thought by taking the chance, despite all the odds, I would be able to do it for you, for us, so that we could live together longer. But instead, I guess I'm not that lucky. I messed up. Big time. I didn't make it. If only I didn't take the shot, we wouldn't need to say goodbye this soon. But now, we couldn't even get the chance to say goodbye at all. Now that things have turned out the worst, I just want you to know that I don't blame you for not being able to be there by my side. Sorry. I completely understand doctor's regulation and how busy you are with your life. In fact, I'm proud. I'm so proud to have you as someone with brilliant life. Promising job, good friends, loving family. You're just perfect the way you are. With or without me. And I want you to know that even after I'm gone, I don't want you to forget those things I've said. You are what and who you are, with or without me. It's not your fault that your job got in the way. In fact, I wouldn't want myself to be whatever gets in the way. whatever gets in between of what you need to do. Besides, I'm not gonna be alone when the time comes. My parents, they're here with me, and at the very least, I can see them holding their tears in the corner. And the boys are here too. Not that they're holding their tears or anything, but here they are, standing next to me. You know, when they say that when you're about to die, you see your entire life flashing before you. Now I finally understand those things that I said about me winning my first go-kart race, flying off my treehouse, standing on top of a cliff with my hands open. And the part that flashed the most in my head, the brightest, was the moment I met you. The moment we became friends, like actual friends. The moment we were alone in our conversation, well, turned confession moments. Those moments are the ones that flashed the brightest, and the moments that made me regret ever taking the surgery in the first place. I never thought I would leave you like this. Not this soon. I thought that my hair would go gray, my age would grow older, and our kids would be running around the house even before our own death. But the hard pill is, well, yeah. If I remembered correctly, since my head was the one that needed this surgery, today is your big day for the event, wasn't it? Or was it project? Sorry, I couldn't really think straight since it still hurts. So, congratulations. Or, I should have started with, how did it go? Did it go well? I hope it did. I mean, you were up until 3 in the morning for weeks. For God's sake, it has to work well, right? Well, if it did, congratulations. I mean, I'm not that surprised since you put your soul into it. But if it didn't, I'm not gonna be that disappointed either. Since I know even if it failed, you put your best effort into it. You did your best, and I don't even need to question it. Come, come to think of it, you don't just put your effort here. Even in your daily basis, you practically put your effort in everything. Remember how you used to cook breakfast every day ever since we moved in? And you said that you want to be a good partner for me, for our kids one day. That was until one day you got sick and still made breakfast for me, even when you were half asleep in front of the stove. I had to carry you back to the room so you could get some rest, and I had to finish up the breakfast. Good to think of it. It was almost funny when you fell asleep in front of the stove. Well, almost, since you almost burned the house to the ground. But you know what? That is what you did to attract me towards you. You always do things with 100% of your capacity, even when you couldn't. I feel really pushed by you. Not in a bad way, of course. You want to be competent and give it your all for your job. But you want to be a good partner for me. I know that is impossible if anyone could think about it, since you could only be in a place at a time. Even if you can, anyone would believe that you wouldn't last long. Even Chris told me that you wouldn't last long by doing those things. And I don't see that from how you do it. Somehow I see from how your will to do it. Even when you couldn't do one or both of them. I still see you as my perfect partner. My other half. It sounds really cheesy and funny. The fact that I fell for you. Only because that is something I never expected. Somehow I don't really care that I need to remind you to take a break or catch some sleep, eat your dinner, as long as it is you. It's just a shame that time was coming to an end. And mine will probably too. Probably sooner than I could anticipate. I just want you to know. Just glad that you are my one and only partner that I've ever had in my life. I wouldn't want to trade you for nothing in this world. You're basically like an oasis in the desert. You don't feel real to me. A person as perfect as you don't feel real to me. Yet you are. As someone who sits in my head. As someone who's more important to me than anyone else. And, since this is, I know what you call it. This is a death note. I think that's only called death note if I relay my last request here. Well, oh God, never really thought about it. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Chris. Listen. When I'm done recording this, I'll be gone in a couple days. Or, worst case scenario, maybe hours. I don't know how lucky I am, but I don't want to count on that anymore. All I think about right now is you. Not how lucky I am, not how things could have been if I chose to refuse the surgery. Those things. I don't want to think about what could have been and what could be. All I want to think about is you. Right here. Right now. And, For as for my last request, um, I want you to forget about me and move on. I know for a fact that thinking about me will only make you suffer and make you cry in your own room. Just thinking about you crying because of me leaving without saying goodbye is a horrible thing. I could imagine it. I don't want to do that. Live a free life, okay? I know that you'll have to go through hell for that. And you know what? It's okay. Be free from me, okay? Be free. You are more than welcome to find someone who loves you as for who you are. I want you to live a good life and not to cling to me. Someone who would have left you by the time you find someone else who could make you happy the way I did, or perhaps even better. I know that this is not an easy request, but for the last time, for me, I want you to do it with 100% of your capacity. Please, do it for me. Oh well, I guess that's that. I think that that's all I want to tell you. And I guess I should stop now since the boys here start crying when I told you to find someone else. Oh, and one last thing, and one last time. I love you. Always.